Hi, everybody. David Trust, along with Rich Newell, our PPA Director of Credentialing, and Boo-Ray Perry, Boo-Ray, Master of Ceremonies, Ringmaster. What are we calling you these days? What is your title as it pertains to our brand new
host?
international
I think I'm just a host,
company?
right? Master of Ceremonies is okay, I guess, because there's some ceremony involved.
But it might be Ringmaster, because this is going to be
it is.
It's
going to be a circus.
It's going to be quite the show. So for those who are new to the idea of international photographic competition, we're about to explain to you what that means here in just a moment. And for those who know the name International Photographic Competition, we're about to explain to you what that means now, because it doesn't mean what it used to mean. We refer to it as IPC. We still refer to it as IPC, International Photographic Competition, but it is an event unlike anything you have ever seen before. We're going to talk about that here in just a bit. But Rich, first of all, registration is open.
It is.
How's that going?
It's going well. It's been open for a couple of weeks now. We're getting images in all the categories. It's exciting. Somebody today actually uploaded 11 images, so you can do that.
Wow,
man! Wait, is it one category, or several categories?
Over a couple of categories, I believe. Okay. But yeah, you can enter as many images as you want, which is fun. Again, as you move on through the rounds, you're limited to the number that move on into the round of 32. But yeah, you have as much opportunity as you want to enter images in whatever categories you want.
Is 11 the most? Is that the most so far?
I believe that 11 is the most one person has entered. We're going to encourage you to enter more.
That's
absolutely.
Not going to be the record. That's not going to be the record.
I don't think so. It's going
to be more like 50. I think 15, 16 is going to be closer.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Along those lines, let's go ahead and solve this mystery. So how do you register for International Photographic Competition, which is, listen, folks, it is honestly going to be the coolest photographic competition ever. Nothing like this. We'll talk about that. But first, how do you register?
So basically, you log on to the PPA website and go into the IPC area. There's an upload link. It's really simple. There's some specifics as far as the sizing of your images, 4,000 pixels. You upload a raw file as well as your retouch file, and you're in the competition. It's just that easy. Well, you do have to pay. Well, there's that part. There's a $49 entry fee, but what you get out of this is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, and best you have to pay. Just make sure everyone understands. This isn't a moneymaker for PPA. This is paying the cost, and it is going to be a show. But there's some pretty significant prize money at stake here, Rich. I mean, there
is. We're giving $1,000 for each category winner. So 16 categories. So $1,000 for each of those categories. And then the overall winner gets an additional $10,000 and a big, pretty trophy.
It'll be a nice trophy. Boo-Ray, listen, you were our host for the old International Photographic Competition. Our host, our roving reporter, our, what do you call that?
I did everything. I don't know if I was a host so much, because I was the person who came in to fill the gaps. Like, the judges were on break. Let's kick it over to Boo-Ray back in the studio, and he'll tell us where we are right now. And Rich would give me all the statistics. I'd be like, here's how many images we've seen, here's how many have merited, and so forth. And I get to interview judges and talk about the process. And that is not at all what this is going to be. This is going to be entirely different. I was actually pretty upset when I first heard what was being done with IPC, because the more information that I got about it, the more upset I was that I wasn't involved from the begining, because it is so cool. I was just like, this is really cool. Come on, y'all couldn't call me up and ask me to come to the meeting or something, because I was just like, it's very rare for me to find anything where I can't just poke a million holes in it. And this time I was like, no, this makes such great sense. 15 judges look at your images before we get to the round of 32. So no one judge can sway your store completely. 15 judges look at your images. And then if you make it to the final 32,
and they're judging independently. They're judging
independently.
Yeah, they're judging independently. So there's no one judge moving another judge. A judge is too high or a judge is too low. They're not going to matter. It's really going to be an aggregate.
But before you go continue on that thought, let's just point out that we don't know how many entrants we get in a category. It could be 100, it could be 200, 300, it could be 70. We don't know how many participants in each. Could be 300, 500. We don't know how many participants in each category. But in September, that judging begin. That's the judging that Bourret is referring to. So 15 judges are going to narrow that down to how many, Rich?
So September 5th is the deadline. So once we hit the deadline, we have all the images in. Yeah, we'll turn it over to our judges. They will start judging those images in September, and then the top 32 will move on into the So we go from
so it's
300.
So it's however many down to 32.
Exactly.
And we call that the round of 32 because that then goes to Imaging USA, 16 categories, 32 in each one. And Bourret, you're kind of taking over from there.
Right.
That's
Imaging USA.
You have to get us on time.
I call it going.
It's going to be tight.
That's when you get to go to the show. Imaging USA on Saturday is going to be the show. And that's when we will have 16 different categories, 32 images in each category in a bracket system. And they will go head to head. Now, everybody who hits the 32, if you make it to the show, if you make it to Saturday, you're automatically a bronze medalist. So just making it there is a major achievement. Like I'm not allowed to compete because I'm hosting, and also because we don't want me dominating the contest. So
exactly.
Dominant. That's the fear.
But if I was, I would absolutely be pulling a few images and being like, if I can just make it to the 32, if I can just make it to the show, that's my goal for this year. And then, as each year went on, I would try to go a little higher and a little higher. If you make it to the show, that's a bronze medalist. If you survive the first round, you're going to be silver medalist. If you survive the next round,
you get past the first round, 32, then you're in Sweet 16, right?
Right, Sweet 16.
And they're the silver you're referring to.
Yeah, they'll be silver, and then 16 go head to head. There will be 8 remaining. Those 8 are now gold. Those 8 go head to head. There will be 4 remaining. Those 4 are platinum. Mm-hmm. And then those 4 go head to head on Monday night, right after the degree ceremony, just in the traditional spot for the GIAs. Monday night, those 4 go head to head to find out who wins the category. And then, not only do you get $1,000 for winning the category, and you get to call yourself the category winner. I won the wedding category. I won the nature category. Yep. Now, the 16 category winners, they go head to head to find out who gets the GIA. And if you win the GIA, it's $10,000.
There were a lot of people involved in this, a lot of really smart people, a lot of ideas. And Rich and Bourret, it's safe to say that basically everything was thrown out the window, right? There's nothing like this.
This is a brand new concept.
And I've seen competitions around the world. Yeah. I'm on the World Photographic Cup committee. I mean, there is nothing like this. This is never happened.
This is pure competition with photography. I mean, it really is. It doesn't get more than that. I mean, it's, independent judges voting. There's no influencing your fellow panelists. And the really cool thing is the Saturday and Monday event, our members get to watch. We've been trying to get a live judging event at IUSA for years. This concept works. This is what, again, this is going to be exciting.
What I love about it so much is that you guys threw everything out. And then when you put it all together, you came back with, oh, well, why don't we use the same system that has been used successfully for decades by every major sporting event in the world? Yeah. You can't debate that. You're like, the bracket system, the head to head, it works. They use it in football. They use it in baseball. They use it everywhere. And and so it's so obvious that it works. And once you realize that, you're like, oh, well, this makes perfect sense. And it's much more exciting. Who doesn't love watching head to head competition?
Exactly. So again, that we'll take all of those images in that category. So say we get 300 images, we narrow them down to 32 in order, place them in the bracket. They're all seated, and then they move through the bracketing system, just like March Madness or anything else that uses a bracket system.
I can't wait to see the crowd. Yeah. When the images come up and the discussion, Bourret, that you'll have with the judges. We have to move a little quicker in the early rounds because there's so many images at first. But to see the images head to head, one image moves on. One image by the way, these are all great images at this point, right? I mean, so these are you're judging great image and great image. And so
I don't envy the judges. They're
already going to be bronze.
I do. Yeah. I do not envy the judges one bit, because you're starting with the 32 best wedding images in the competition. Yeah. You're starting with the 32 best nature images or the 32 best portrait images. So the difference between two images that you're looking at is not going to be great. You're really going to have to make a call, and I don't envy them, which is why I'm glad I'll just be up there judging them.
All right, so that's a little sneak preview on registration on the International Photographic Competition, the new IPC. And that registration is open, I guess, Rich, for 2 or 3 weeks.
It closes September 5th. But keep in mind, there's a holiday weekend in there, so don't wait till the last minute to get your images uploaded. But yeah, get them in now.
And you do that by going to
the PPA website under IPC.
PPA.com/IPC, and that'll take you right to the registration. Any last words on this one, guys?
Hey, no, it's going to be a great event. Can't wait.
Yeah. It really is. It's going to be first time we've ever done it, and that alone is going to make it exciting. And if you're thinking about coming in on Saturday, maybe think about coming in on Friday night.
All right, Boo-Ray Perry, Rich Newell, thank you so much, guys. Remember, it's PPA.com/IPC. It's going to be amazing. We'll talk to you next time.